You found a watering schedule that said every 7 days. You set a reminder. You have been following it perfectly. And your plant is still dying. The schedule is not saving your plant, it might be what is killing it. In summer when your plant is actively growing and the soil dries fast, watering every Sunday might not be enough. In winter when growth slows and the soil barely dries, watering every Sunday is too much. One schedule. Two completely opposite problems. Same plant. Same owner. I am going to show you what your plant actually responds to, because it is not the calendar. And once you understand the real signal, checking whether your plant needs water takes about 30 seconds and you will never guess wrong again. Quick one, if you have ever followed a watering schedule and still lost a plant, this channel is made for you. Hit like so YouTube shows this to more people in the same situation, and subscribe if you want the soil and plant science that most channels skip. Now let us get into it. Your plant does not know what day it is. It does not experience time the way a calendar does. What it experiences is one thing, whether the soil around its roots has moisture in it or not. That is it. And how quickly that moisture disappears from the soil is controlled by everything around the plant, not by the clock. Think about what changes between summer and winter. The light gets weaker. The temperature drops. The plant's growth slows right down. So it uses less water. The soil holds moisture longer. If you are still watering every 7 days in January the way you did in July, you are overwatering. Not because you are careless, because the schedule you are following was written without knowing your window, your season, or your plant. So the first shift I want you to make is this: stop using the schedule as a command, and start using it as a rough reminder. Not water on Sunday. Check on Sunday. That one change makes most watering mistakes disappear. There are 5 things that control how fast the soil in your pot dries out. Once you understand these 5, you will immediately understand why your neighbor waters their monstera every 4 days and yours needs water every 10, even though you have the same plant. First, pot material. Terracotta is porous, it breathes, and water evaporates through the walls. Your soil in a terracotta pot dries significantly faster than the same soil in a plastic or glazed ceramic pot. Same plant, same soil, same spot, just different pots. This catches a lot of people out when they repot and suddenly the plant seems to need water far more or less often. Second, your potting mix. A dense peat-heavy mix holds water like a sponge and stays wet for much longer. A well-structured mix with perlite or bark has bigger air gaps, water drains through faster and the soil dries more quickly. If you are following someone else's schedule but your soil is denser than theirs, you will overwater every time. Not your fault, just a different starting point. Third, light. More light means faster growth, more water use, faster dry down. A plant in a bright south-facing window dries out twice as fast as the same plant in a low-light corner. Fourth, temperature. Warmer rooms accelerate evaporation, heated winter rooms can actually make soil dry faster than you would expect despite shorter days. Fifth, humidity. Dry air, especially with central heating on, pulls moisture from the soil much faster than humid summer air. So these 5 things, pot, soil, light, temperature, humidity. That is what controls your watering needs. Not the day of the week. Most plant owners do not notice their plant needs water until it is visibly wilting or drooping. But by that point your plant has been stressed for a while already. There are earlier signals, quieter ones, that your plant sends before things get dramatic. Learning to notice these is what separates plant owners who keep losing plants from ones who do not. Let us get practical. 3 simple ways to check if your plant actually needs water. The first and most reliable, the finger test. Push your finger about 2 inches into the soil, roughly to your second knuckle. If it feels dry, water. If it feels cool and slightly damp, wait. This works for the majority of tropical houseplants and takes about 3 seconds. It is not glamorous but it is what experienced plant owners actually do every time. Second, the lift test. Pick up your pot after watering and feel the weight. Then pick it up a few days later when you think it might be getting dry. The difference is significant, a dry pot is noticeably lighter. Once you have done this a few times you will know within seconds whether the soil is dry or still holding moisture. This one is especially useful for trailing plants in hanging baskets where you cannot easily get your finger into the soil. Third, the skewer test. Push a wooden skewer or chopstick all the way down to the bottom of the pot and leave it for 30 seconds. When you pull it out, exactly like checking if a cake is baked. If it comes out clean, the soil is dry all the way down. If it comes out with moist soil clinging to it, there is still moisture at the roots. This one is brilliant for large deep pots where your finger cannot reach the bottom and where the surface can feel dry while the lower half is still wet. Here is the practical shift. I am not asking you to abandon your Sunday check-in. I am asking you to keep it but change what you do when you get there. Sunday comes around, you check the soil using one of the three methods. Dry. Water thoroughly and note roughly when you watered. Moist. Leave it, come back in 2 or 3 days. Over a few weeks you will notice a pattern. Your particular plant in your particular spot tends to need water about every 8 days in summer, about 12 days in winter. That pattern is your rhythm. And it is yours. Not some stranger's schedule from a blog post. This approach takes about 3 or 4 check-ins to calibrate. Within a month you will have a personal watering rhythm for every plant you own, one that automatically adjusts as you go because you are always checking before you pour. You stop guessing. You stop following rules made for someone else's home. You start responding to what is actually in front of you. And the beautiful thing about this is that it works for every plant you own, the moisture-loving ones, the drought-tolerant ones, the ones in terracotta, the ones in plastic. The method is the same. Only the rhythm differs. Summer is active growing season for most tropical houseplants. More light, warmer temperatures, faster growth, all of that means more water use and faster dry down. You may find yourself watering twice as frequently as you did in spring. That is completely normal. That is not a problem, it is a healthy sign that your plant is doing what it should be doing. Winter is where most houseplant deaths happen, and almost always from overwatering. The light drops. Growth slows almost completely for most tropicals. The plant's water uptake drops significantly. But the heating system creates warm dry air that can evaporate some surface moisture, making the top of the soil feel dry even when the roots are still sitting in wet soil below. So in winter I would ask you to go one step further with your checking. Instead of 2 inches down, use 3. Use the skewer test, not just the finger test. And let us wrap up. 5 things to take away. 1. Your plant responds to soil moisture, not the calendar. A fixed schedule ignores everything that controls how fast your soil actually dries. 2. Pot material, soil type, light, temperature, and humidity are the 5 real variables. Once you understand these, inconsistent results make complete sense. 3. Your plant sends early signals before it visibly suffers. Learn the quiet ones and you will catch problems before they become losses. 4. Check with the finger test, the lift test, or the skewer test. 3 seconds of checking replaces any schedule. 5. Build a rhythm, not a rule. Observe your specific plant in your specific conditions, let a pattern emerge, and let that be your guide. If you have been watering on a schedule and your plants have been suffering for it, I genuinely hope this video gives you a way out of that loop. It is one of those things that once you see it you cannot unsee it. You will check before you pour every single time, almost automatically. Share this with someone you know who has been struggling with watering, they will thank you for it. And if this helped, leave a comment below. Are you a schedule waterer? Have you already switched to checking? I would love to hear how it goes. See you in the next one. Click that card, because if watering on a schedule has been the issue, your potting mix might be the next one. That video will be the most useful 12 minutes you spend on your plants this week.